Yeah, so one of the things that as I said, ESG is very, very important. Right now, with the world evolving to what it is today, and the kind of stuff that we are seeing around us, I think ESG is a very, very core part of our business. And one of the things that we did when we wanted to incorporate ESG is that we included that in our design framework. So when we design a new product, it's a part of our DFMEA. So we do it as a part of our design.
Hello and welcome to FaceTime with Leaders, a podcast series brought to you by Directors Institute World Council of Directors. I'm your host, Priya George, and today we are speaking with someone whose career spans 35 years, dozens of global markets, and some of the most respected names in the automotive, electronics, and telecom sectors. Mr. Rajaram Srinivas.
Thank you. It's wonderful to be here. And I'm glad to have this conversation with you and take this forward.
Absolutely. And I'm looking forward to this conversation as well. Rajaram, it's a true privilege to have you with us. You've driven P&L portfolios worth over $100 million, launched global product families across India, China, and the US, and also held leadership roles at powerhouses like Molex and Amphenol. What really stood out to me beyond the numbers is your ability to blend hands-on market strategy with high-level global vision, and not to mention your expertise managing both domestic and export operations at scale, and your work with marquee clients like Bosch, Ford, GE, and Tata Motors.
Thank you for all your kind, nice words. I would say it was a very enriching experience. I think I had a lot of good time. All these 35 years, I learned a lot. And I'm looking forward to share this conversation and my experience with all of you.
Absolutely. And we are excited to unpack it. So without further ado, let's get started. Rajaram, you've had such a dynamic journey. But I always feel the real story lives between the lines of a resume. So let's start at the beginning. So take us back. What were those early steps like, the moments or choices, even people that quietly set everything in motion for you? We'd love to hear your story.
Great. So I like to start right from the beginning. Like I joined a small company, a startup company. At that time, it was a very small company because I thought I don't want to work for the big names. I just wanted to, start ground up. I'm a very hands-on guy and I wanted to grow along with the company. And I thought it's good to go with a smaller company. And so my career growth can go along with this company. I joined them as a GET, graduate engineer trainee, and right out of college, fresh out of college, didn't know what to do. Was a nomad, but I love to travel, love to meet people. So, and they gave me an opportunity to move around. They placed me in multiple locations across India. Right. So it was a great experience for me to work across India, the length and breadth of the country, meet new customers, new applications, hone my skills. I learned a lot in my first 10 years. I stuck with that company for 10 years, and I think it was one of the stepping stones for my careers. From then, I decided to expand my horizons. I thought I should not get stuck like a frog in a well and probably move out and see what I can do more and how I can learn more. And so I joined a company which was focusing on exports. I thought I should grow beyond India. I should learn what's happening outside the world, how I can contribute, how I can learn. And it was a very enriching experience for me. So I joined them as an export manager for one of the biggest conglomerate of southern India. And I was their export manager for both North America as well as Europe. It involved a lot of travel, but I think it really helped me to understand different dimensions of how the business works.
Right.
And that journey then led me to my, I wanted to go beyond my current domain to another domain. So I challenged myself. I moved to a new domain. And now I'm heading a P&L for about $100 million, as you rightly said. And I am responsible for 4 or 5 different product lines, which generate about $100 million of revenue for my company.
That's incredible. So thank you for sharing that with us. Rajaram, one thing that really stood out to me in your journey is how you've handled some of the biggest names in the industry, be it Bosch, Ford, Cummins, and others, and not just once, but across different roles and regions. Now we all know that building trust with global stakeholders is a different ball game. So we're really curious, how did you go about building that kind of credibility and trust, especially across such diverse cultures and expectations?
So in 35 years, there's a professional relationship that you build with somebody. And then also there is some personal relationship. So I'm very happy to say that along with my professional journey, I also made along some good friends who have really, given me inputs, helped me to learn new stuff. And also I try to, understand from them different ways and methods how to deal with different things. And I think that really helped me to shape my career. The big names are there, and while they have a good brand name, it's also very tough to do business with them. It's not very easy, right?
So can imagine.
Yeah. So some of the personal level contacts that I had really helped me open doors, which otherwise would not have happened. And so one of the questions that I always learned from my boss is that whenever you go, just don't stick to your business. Also ask what else we can do for you, how we can add more value. Adding value always creates respect for you. The customer also should feel that when he's talking to you, he's gaining something from you, right? It's not that only one-way street. And I think that really helped me to make good friends professionally and personally. And that also helped me grow my career in a good way.
Right. Rajaram, one thing that came to my mind is, since you have dealt and maybe are dealing still with global clients who come from different geographies, how much importance would you give to researching about your clients' culture, where they come from? There's a lot that goes into relationship building. Do you think this is important as well? I mean, knowing a little bit about their culture and the region, the place that they come from, does that help?
Yeah, one of the things I really believe in is that you need to actually prepare well before any meeting. And I believe that a good preparation is 50% task done, right? So you have only the rest 50% that you need to go after. And what I did over the last few years is I have learned every country's culture is different, the way they work is different, the way you approach them is different, your professionalism, your on time arrival to the meeting, your preparedness really helps you to gain respect with your customers. And that also helps you when you go and meet them the next time, is they know that they're getting value for the time they're going to spend with you. Right?
Makes sense.
Because you come prepared to offer them something that they're looking for. They're not surprised, or they're not taken aback, or they think the whole meeting was just a waste of time. So I go prepared so that I can create value and help them to grow their business along with their growth, my growth also.
Yes, I'm sure. Yes, it's reciprocal. Rajaram, I have to say, being part of the core team that helps shape Molex's automotive presence in India, especially in a space which is fiercely competitive and innovation driven, and which is the automotive sector. And it's one thing to lead a division, but it's a different game to build the foundation itself. So I'm very curious to know, what did that journey demand from you, both on a personal and professional front, to take something from ground zero and turn it into a success story?
So, as you rightly said, the automotive business is very disciplined. You need to have a very disciplined approach. You need to be successful in this business, because it demands a lot of technical capability, a lot of understanding about the business and the quality standards, right? Because safety is at most importance when you deal with automotive customers. And I think my experience with Molex on the automotive front really helped me shape my career for the next step that I took. I joined Amphenol, who's the biggest connector company now in the universe. Fortunately, became the biggest connector company when a few years after I joined. I wouldn't take credit for it, but I would say I was instrumental in a little bit of a small percentage of it on the growth of this company. And I think that really helped me because Amphenol gave me a challenge to start a completely new business line in the automotive business, which is the e-mobility business, which was very exciting, which was very, very exciting for me. And I think the e-mobility business is something that's really taking off. We need to make the world more greener. We need to save fuel. We need to give the rider the user experience on how they can utilize the e-mobility and save costs, right? So I started this activity at Amphenol. This was a completely greenfield project for me at Amphenol, and I started from scratch. And today I'm proud to say we're doing about close to $5 million on this business and growing at a very, very fast pace.
Right. But I would like to know what pushed you in that direction to get into that line of, e-bikes or, the automotive sector, which deals with, energy efficient biking solutions. What made you want?
Yeah, so when I was dealing with automotive in Molex, which is the combustion engine, I thought there was a big scope to, improvise or optimize this engine. Because as you must be aware, the two-wheelers are one of the highest polluters in the more than the cars and the trucks. They are the biggest pollutants. And India and Southeast Asia, that being, is one of the biggest producers of two-wheelers. In fact, India makes about 20 million motorcycles or scooters per year, which is one of the biggest in the world, right? And just imagine all of them spewing smoke and contributing to the already polluted environment that we have. So I thought I should do my bit, contribute my bit to see how I can help reduce this. Even though my content is very small, but I wanted to be a part of this journey. So that's the reason I decided that, okay, this is a great step that I want to take. And I want to move with the top customers who are in this region and see how I can contribute to make the world a bit more greener and a better place to live in.
Right. Interesting. And I think when it comes to science technology, it's a great time to be alive and to be surrounded by all this new innovation that has come in the science and tech sector. So yes, that was really inspiring. So thank you for sharing that with us. Moving on, Rajaram, what really stands out when I look at your journey is how many waves of change you witnessed and also successfully led through those changes, from evolving customer expectations to rapid tech shifts and market turbulence, and you've seen it all. So I'm curious, what's kept you grounded and adaptable through all of it? What's been your compass in all that change, your North Star, so to speak?
So I think there are a couple of things that really, makes you stay apart. One is your humility, your integrity, and how you behave with both inside and outside your organization, right? How you speak with your customers, how you behave with your own internal counterparts or peers or your subordinates. One of the things that I would like to highlight is I've never lost a subordinate in my entire career. So that speaks how much I care for them. And I know that a successful leader should be someone who can groom people below him to bring him to his level so that he can move on, right? I mean, if you don't groom or allow people below you to learn and grow, you will stay where you are, right? The same applies to your customers, right? You need to respect them. You need to understand what's the voice of the customer, right? And accordingly act. If you try to push something down their throat that they really don't want, you're not going to be successful for too long. Maybe you get away with it for the initial a month or so, or maybe 6 months if you're lucky, but then it all falls flat on your face. So you need to be careful. You need to understand the voice of the customer, which is very, very important. And always treat customer is the king, right? You always have to treat them like a king. And that's one of the reasons why I remain grounded, because this is the things that I learned during my journey. Some of my good superiors and my peers who taught me good things in life. And I think I applied that in my personal life also. And And I think I've been married for 27 years now, right? So
Right.
companionship also matters.
Yes.
So
And nothing like a good Indian family to show you your
yeah,
place and keep you grounded and
exactly.
humble.
They'll
Yes.
kick you and let you know if something's going wrong.
Yes. Absolutely. Yes. In the most honest way.
Like you said about Indian family, is that my wife is my biggest critic, right? So I learned to take critical comments from her and stay grounded and keep my patience, because I know if I lose my cool, I have a lot to lose.
Yes, absolutely.
So I learned that,
Yes.
and that's why we have been successfully married for more than 27 years.
Right. That's great. That's great to hear. And so Rajaram, now you come with all this experience and this layered journey behind you. But what's next for you? Is it, continuing to shape markets or stepping into more advisory and boardroom roles? What does the next chapter for you look like? We'd love to hear from you.
Yeah, so one of the things I really want to do is give back to the society. I want to groom young people. I want to contribute to shape, like how I did for the e-mobility. I would like to shape
Right.
new technologies. I see a lot of enthusiastic young people that I interact with on a daily basis, be it my peers or my customers, and they have wonderful ideas and the kind of energy they have. I just wish I was 15 years younger, right? So, but I really want to contribute to see how they can be successful, how I can help them be successful, right? So I want to be in an advisory role or something where I can
Mentor.
contribute as a mentor or a contributor, where I can give my
Hmm.
ideas, my experience, share my experiences.
Yeah.
And also, sometimes it's good to say, good success stories that you emulated or some failures that you can warn people not to go in that direction.
Right.
Something that you learned it the hard way, right? It's
Yeah.
better to hear it from somebody who's gone through it.
Absolutely. Yeah.
There are so many good books that you can learn and understand, and a lot of marketing jargons, but nothing
Yeah.
like an experience.
Actual lived
Yeah,
experience.
exactly. So, like I said, I'm a hands-on guy. I do read books to understand and and grasp whatever I want to, but I always
Yeah.
rely back on hands-on experience, because that's the best experience you'll ever get.
Right. Makes sense. Absolutely. Um, and I think when you're surrounded by that kind of experience, I think it would be unjust to, let it all go without, exploiting and making use of all that experience and advice that comes your way.
Right.
Right. Uh, Rajaram, with the kind of scale and influence you've handled in product leadership, I'm sure you've seen how the conversation around ESG has shifted from a very peripheral concern to a strategic driver. And from your perspective, as someone who is, in the throes of trying to make a difference to the environment, how
Yeah.
should someone in a product leadership role start weaving ESG thinking into their everyday decisions, or rather make it, include it into the very fabric and the culture of an organization and not just an add-on? We'd like to hear
So,
your thoughts on
yeah,
this.
so one of the things that as I said, ESG is very, very important right now. With the world evolving to what it is today, and the kind of stuff that we are seeing around us, I think ESG is a very, very core part of our business. And one of the things that we did when we wanted to incorporate ESG is that we included that in our design framework. So when we design a new product, it's a part of our DFMEA. So we do it as a part of our design. So when we have a design, when we initiate the design, there is a
Right.
clause for environment that we include. So, there is something called 5S, right? In a workplace, you keep everything tidy. There are 5S's that you need to follow to make sure everything is in its place, a place for everything. That's 5S. But now you've added a 6S, that is safety. So safety is very, very important, especially in the fields. You can do everything you want, especially in automotive, but if you compromise on safety, that's the peril. That's the peril. And that's the beginning of your end. So I always believe environment and safety factors go hand in hand, and you need to take a look at both of them right at the initial stages of the design. Not after you design a product, you try to tweak it to make it meet the environmental norms or try to see how we can reduce the carbon emission. I think that's why I think a lot of importance I give in the design phase.
Absolutely. Makes sense. It's about building with intention,
Yeah.
I think. Like,
Yeah.
yes. Rajaram, I just wanted to know, since you were talking about, you venturing into the automotive sector and more specifically to more environmental friendly products. What is your take on e-bikes which run on electricity, but in some way use up a renewable source of energy? So what is your take on that? I mean, because they are substantially reducing carbon emissions, but at the same time, to charge a bike, you do require electricity, which in India is primarily coal or a renewable source of energy. So, have you thought of a solution or something to kind of deal with that? I mean,
the kind of people that I'm working with today, very, very
right.
environment conscious, and they know about this issue, right? So I'm
Hmm.
working with some of the biggest conglomerates like Reliance,
Right.
who are coming up with swapping station across the country, right? So what
Okay.
they're doing is they're going to harness their solar plant energy. They have huge
Okay.
solar plants, right? They have a lot of energy. Unfortunately, today
Great.
we're not able to tap into most of it because we don't have a storage system. So
Agreed.
you can generate electricity, but if you don't have a good storage system, it's something.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
Reliance is going to tap into this. And as you know, the Reliance
Oh,
framework, they have the Reliance Marts all across the globe. They have
right.
Reliance petrol bunks all across the globe. And they're going to
Correct.
position most of these swapping stations around their own infrastructure. So they don't have to build new infrastructure. They don't have to generate power. They have everything available. And
Great.
so they're going to use most of their own stuff to make sure this becomes successful. So is big conglomerates. I talk to people in Indian Oil who are now trying to have a collaboration with somebody who's going to have a swapping station in all of their prominent petrol bunks to
Right.
promote. So you can actually see that a swapping station can help you
Right.
to change the battery in a few seconds. Even before you
Yeah.
fill in a liter of petrol, you can just get going. And
Interesting.
and the government is also thinking, I'm a part of this consortium that meets every month along with the energy
Okay.
minister. And this is one of the top agendas they have in how they are going to supply the power required to charge a bike or anything. So we have nuclear power, which everybody knows. We haven't tapped into it yet.
Yes. We
But
haven't. Yes.
as the demand grows, there would be a lot of pressure on the
Yes.
government organization to come up with
Right.
infrastructure that would support this, right? And I'm
Yes, or
sure
a more
it's only a matter
hybrid
of time.
model.
Yeah.
Yes, like a
It's only a
hybrid model of using both renewable and non-renewable. Like,
Yeah.
right.
So
Thank
as you
you.
see, a great example I'll tell you is that in Bangalore,
Hmm.
uh, one of the highest e-bikes, because we have a lot of young population, a lot of money, right? So they want all flashy stuff, everything available on their mobile phone. They can change the noise of the scooter, by the way. If you buy an electric scooter, you can change the scooter noise on an app. So you can have different noises, like it can be a racing scooter or a normal scooter. So
Okay.
you have everything on an app. And
Right.
I can
Yes.
see a lot of pressure already putting by these guys who buy these scooters on the government to make sure there's enough electricity available for them to run it. So the government is already under pressure to make sure infrastructure is made available.
Right. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that with us. And that's really interesting. As we near the end of the interview, Rajaram, we'd love to hear about your experience at Directors Institute. We'd love to hear your thoughts. And given your depth of experience, how has it been so far? And how has it added value to your professional journey?
One thing I really appreciate is about professionalism. And I think you guys are a bunch of very, very, professional guys, because everything was so well informed. Everything was like, I did not have any questions at any point of time. I was not left wondering whether I should do this or I should do that, or how do I follow the process. Everything was crystal clear and everything was scheduled very, very well, keeping my busy schedule in mind because I keep traveling a lot. And I think the follow-ups were great. Timely reminders, because I'm getting old, right? I don't remember a lot of stuff. So
Right.
timely reminders and the amount of stuff that you provide us, like reading material or virtual classrooms, virtual boardroom. I think it's a very exciting. I mean, I look forward to attending one of those because I never been to a boardroom before, and that would be very exciting for me to be a part of the boardroom to understand what goes on inside. Right.
Right.
So I think it's very well managed, and I think I'm very happy that I signed up for this program.
Great. We are happy to hear that, and it's always encouraging to know how Directors Institute continues to and has made a real impact for professionals such as yourself. And also, I think it's a great lesson. It's inspiring to all people who tune in to know that there is no number of years of experience or age or any other factor that should define when you decide to learn. I think
Exactly.
yes,
There's no stopping for learning.
There absolutely. So thank you for sharing that with us. So Rajaram, this has truly been a pleasure. Your journey, your insights, your approach to leadership, they've all added so much depth to today's conversation. So thank you so much for joining us on FaceTime with leaders and being so candid about your experiences with us. Thank you once again.
Thank you. It has been an absolute pleasure talking to you. And I think it was great that I could share my experiences on this platform. And I'm sure this will help me to also grow in my professional career. Thank you very much.
And we wish you nothing but continued success.
Thank you.
And to our audience members, we hope you've enjoyed this episode of FaceTime with Leaders as much as we did. So stay tuned for more real conversations with real change makers right here with us at Directors Institute FaceTime with Leaders. Until next time, take care and keep leading with purpose. This is your host, Priya George, signing off. Until next time, take care.